Hello there. Today I want to talk about the electric multichromes by Clionadh Cosmetics. They came up with this last year during the summer, I think, and they're just some of the most wonderful multichromes that I've seen lately. They're just smooth and colorful and obviously so shifty. I only have these 6 right now, and I have other shades from other collections, but I thought it would be more manageable to talk line by line. Not only because I have too many and that would get too long, but also because I think it's more fun to see the theming of each collection, and the electric multichromes are described as bright pastel bases with intense colored shifts. So let's put that to the test and see how they swatch. First, it's gonna be Hilt, described as a blue base with orange, peach, and yellow shifts. In the pen, it seems like a pink rather than a peach, but on the swatches you'll be able to see that it's more peach. And the yellow comes at a harsh angle. Texture-wise, all of these are pretty similar with a very smooth application and very fine shimmer. So they're not going to be so sparkly, but as you can see, they shift very easily. Next, I've got Quest, which is described as an indigo base with pink, peach, and chartreuse shifts. This one is gonna be great for anyone who loves purple, it's so pretty. And so shifty. As you can see, the very obvious one is going to be that pink, but you can see the yellow quite easily. On the hand swatch, the peach showed up way easier than it did on the finger. The base in this one is medium, I would say. It's not too overpowering, but it's not sheer either. You can see it there. And the chartreuse can barely be seen. I would call that more like a yellow rather than a chartreuse. Like a bit of a muted yellow if you ask me. It's so pretty and unique to my collection, but at the same time it reminds me of stencil a little bit, like a warmer version of stencil. Oriole is gonna be up next, described as a hot pink base with peach, gold, lime, and aqua shifts. And I'm not going to argue with anything in that description. This is exactly what you get. It's a straight on pink to gold, I would say. But it's also so much more than that. You can see how it goes from a gold to an aqua. On the hand swatch, I can see that aqua show up easier, and the gold, and obviously the hot pink base, it's right there. It's not too overpowering, but it does create a very nice effect. This one looks a lot more dimensional than the rest. With that hot pink base, it looks a bit deeper and creates more of a contrast. Next up, it's going to be the very popular Mural, described as a mint base with orange, peach, yellow, and lime shifts. On the finger swatch, you can see those shifts show up easier. I would say the main ones are that peach to that yellowy gold. And I have to say the particle size in this one is just a bit bigger than the rest. The rest are smoother with that smaller particle, but this one, I could notice it's a bit bigger, just a tiny bit bigger. And you can see how it already looks like it sparkles a bit more than the rest. The fact that this one has such a soft base makes me think it's going to be easier to transform than the others. And next is going to be Yellow, described as a dusty purple base with gold, lime, and aqua shifts. This one looks very impressive in the pen, shifting all the way around. And even more on the finger swatch. It was the only way in which I could get that blue to be so vibrant. This is the same shade that I have in my nails, except the one in my nails has a darker base. You can see they shift so similarly, and I love that. It's a very straight on gold to aqua if you ask me. You can see the base is not too dark. I'd say it's more plummy rather than dusty, but you know, whatever. It's still a very gorgeous shade. And finally, here's Emblem, a turquoise base with pearly pink, peach, and lime shifts. On the finger swatch, I can see that pink very easily, same with the lime, but the peach not so much actually. But on the hand swatch, I guess you could call that yellow leaning peach, maybe. You can see here how prettily it shifts all over. I would say the green is not so hard to find, but you kind of still need a harsh angle. But in real life, if you were walking around with the shades in your eyes and all of a sudden you found yourself with a harsh light right on top of you, then it would be very easy to see that lime green all over your lids. So it's not like you would never see this in real life, it's just that it's not easy to capture all of these shifts together, so I hope you understand. Now, if I were to rank them, I would put Quest last, just because something has to be last, but I do love this shade, it's so pretty. I just like the others just a bit more. Next would be Hilt. And that's just because it reminds me a lot of Mural, but a lot less impactful. And right now, I prefer impactful things. Maybe in a week, I'll prefer Hilt to Mural because of that very same thing. Next would be Emblem, just because of that color alone. Like, just look at it. How do you describe that? It's like it's not pink and it's not purple, but it would go well with both because it's like a cool leaning pink. I don't even know how to describe it, but the first shift is my favorite part. Next it would be yellow because, come on, I love that color. It convinced me to get the nail polish version, so that should tell you a lot about me. All of these have a very similar formula, so my picks are based on color alone, except for this one actually. This is Mural and it has a slightly larger particle size. As you can see, it sparkles a bit more than the rest. And it's just more impactful and pretty. I just love it. And speaking of impactful, that's why I chose Oriole to be my number one. Because it's just so dimensional and bold and pink. But maybe tomorrow I'll say I'd rather something that's more versatile. I don't even like this color anymore. I prefer purple or something. All of these are very subjective, so I hope seeing these swatches helped you if you were planning to pick one up or something. And that'll be all for this video. Thank you for watching.